Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I figured Christmas is on its way, why not this one? One of the very early slasher films, that being Baptismus. That's right, Baptismus, shot in 1974, the original, the classic, and in my eyes is the best. The remake can go fuck itself. The original is a classic from 1974, starring Margaret Ticker and Essie Siffer, if I can pronounce her name right, and David Jansen, may he rest in peace, as well as Margaret Ticker. So without ado, starts off, it's in the authority house, it's near Christmas time, you got a bit of Christmassy music, I think Margaret was Silent Night, and they get this scene caller, right, a scene caller, talking dirty, and I mean really dirty, and they laugh it off, and one of the girls, being played by Margaret Ticker, basically tells him to fuck off. But I do like the P3 shot in the film. Where you've got the die sneaking the toss. You don't see the face of the person, and he sneaks the toss the window. And the funny thing was, this was going to be called Halloween, and Halloween originally was going to be called Baptismus, how Days of Chains. But you can definitely see how this inspired Halloween. You can definitely see how this inspired most of the Friday the 13 films. Fat My Dog Barking. You could definitely see why. With the P3 shot and the time they managed to kill her. So you get one day, she's about to leave the authority house and she gets a plastic bag on the head. Again, you don't see the killer. And that's what I liked about Baptismus. You don't see the killer, you don't know why he's doing this, you've got the idea he's a bit of a pervert. And every time he makes a scene phone call, the voice changes, it gets cheaper, it's a bit of imitating a woman, it's imitating a kid, it's imitating a baby crying, really does get nerving. I've seen the uncut one. Again, he's going in for bloodbath. You're not going to get it. It's more psychological. It's more expensive. As you just fit there, Margaret Ticker, he's talks to this really fucking dopey policeman. Most dopiest fucking police officer I've ever seen, right? And she talks about a festival. I've got to have the word right, and you know what that is, a festival. And he goes to David Jansen and he thinks it's a phone number and he doesn't know it's talking dirty. And they're all laughing. I thought that scene was quite funny. You got this one old lady in it. You got the idea he's running the authority house, and she's about to leave. It's near Christmas time, like I say, and she sees the after shots of that girl. Remember the girl with the bag? She sees the body, and she gets a hook. You don't see it, but again, you do see the aftershocks. Like I say, you got it for bloodbath. You're not going to get it. So Dave's Ussa, that's her name. You got ideas he's having problems with a fucking boyfriend, boyfriend trouble and all that. And all the way through the film, you think he's going to be the killer, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. The spoilers, you've been warned, he's not the killer, right? So, most of the girls are getting killed. Not to forget the one, again, played by my favourite actress, may she rest. There's a day epic death scene. He gets an ornament. Again, you don't see the killer, you see a saddle of the face, and it's like a pointed ornament, like a wooden ornament, and he stabs her to death. Not a lot of blood, but you don't read it in this type of film, and I can appreciate that. Not all films need blood and gore to make a suspenseful horror. And so you get those scene phone call again. David Jansen's telling him to hold, even though it's horrible, he's only to hold on. And you think it's going to be the boyfriend. And if you remember rightly, she kills the boyfriend. You think the boyfriend's lost his rocker, and you think that she's killed him, right? And they find the aftershocks. It does. They think it's self-defense, and she's on the basically give a feeping tablets to help her get over the shock. So they're driving off, the police officers and everything, and this is where you get the aftershots. It's not the boyfriend. It turns out to be some, again, you never know whether he's a pervert, whether he's a psychopath, whether he gets off killing women, whatever. You don't know the reason, and you don't need to know it. To me, the less you know, the more frightening the character is. So I kind of love that idea. That you don't see that. Not every horror film needs that. But me pulling my dog away because it's being nauseating. So you see the killer again in the house. You don't see him. He's talking weird. He's having a fucking mad attack, and you see the face of that girl's body near the window. Then I just told my dog, "You stop being annoying." So you get to see the aftershots of what happens. The girl's face is in the window, and not only is the girl's face in the window, but you get that cheapy music, Silent Night, Holy Night again, and Pacer, not like Loser, and you get to see the aftershots of her body. So Silent Night, I've already reviewed that one. Black Christmas, it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. It's definitely cheaper when it wants to be, and it's suspenseful when it wants to be. You could definitely see that inspired a lot of slasher films, you know, the P.V. Shot, the Time the Man is the Killer, and, you know, the bit with sneaking in the room, bits where he's sneaking through a loft, there's bits where there's what's in here, there's what's in there, and it's just that nerving feel. There's some bit of humour in it and all, where one dies looking for his missing daughter. You see pictures of an old woman and one of them got the finger like that, and I thought that was like a funny little touch. There's a bit where they're looking for this dead little kid there, and they're looking for this girl they believe has been murdered. And this old guy passes out to take him to hospital. But like I say, this is the taste of the film does have. My dog, I don't know what my dog's doing, I think it's giving me a blowjob, but nevertheless, no, it's just licking a paw. But nevertheless, in this type of film, it's the one where the killer gets away with it. Think about it. You think it's the boyfriend of James Hussey, and it's not. She kills him for no fucking reason, but the killer sort of gets away with it. So it's sort of like a twist ending. Is it downbeat? Not really. I'd say it's more of a twist, cheapy ending. And the trailer even said that if this one doesn't cheap you out, your skin must be old in sight. So it's kind of a cheapy horror film from 1974. Inspired a lot of other horror films, without repeating myself, whether it be the original or even the second Halloween film. It inspired most of the Friday the 13s. It's not bloodthirsty, but I say it's cheaper. From 1974, I say Black Christmas is definitely a cheapy one. It's definitely scary. There's some bits where it's nerving. And I like that idea it isn't based on Halloween. Say that for Halloween. I like the idea this was like the first type of horror. I could be right, I could be wrong. But the first type of horror where they did it more near Christmassy time. Near Christmassy time, and it's definitely a nerving horror film. Like I said, they made a remake, and the less we talk about that, the happier I'll be. Because this one, I like the idea you never knew what the killer was. Yeah, you got the idea it could be a bit of a perfo, but you never knew his reasons. You need to know his inside story. Not every fucking horror movie needs to know the fucking story. Is he being abused by his mummy? Is he being slapped around by his dad? I don't give a shit. To me, the less you knew of the killer, and the fact you don't even get to see him, even at the fucking end, makes that more nerving and more scary than a fucking boring backdown story. Hey Rob, fucking zombie. That's something you need to learn from, pal. But nevertheless, Black Christmas from 1974, it's a classic. That's how many ratings I'll give it. Fuck it, I'll do it again. A 10-star rating. Into them people, be smart, be safe, and pretty soon, have a happy Christmas.